Hello everyone, and welcome to Babylon Leather's official channel. Today, we'll be crafting a small bucket tote bag. Here is the display of the finished leather bag. First, inspect all materials. If any issues arise, contact Babylon official support. If there are no issues, please start making. Start by sewing the top row of straight holes on the side panel material. Distinguish the front and back of the leather by looking at the holes: larger holes for the front, smaller holes for the back. Find this material. Measure the thread to be 5 times the length of the sewn part, then cut it. Each time, you can measure a bit more thread to ensure that there is more than enough available. Thread the needles. Begin threading the needle by passing the thread through the needle eye. Then, pass the needle tip through the middle of the thread. Tighten it, and that completes the threading of the needle. Thread the other needle using the same method. Start sewing from the first pinhole, guiding the needle from bottom to top. Then, let the second needle pass through the neighboring pinhole. Pull both threads to ensure they remain the same length. Next, have the first needle go through the second pinhole, then tighten the thread. Be careful not to catch the thread. Tighten the thread, and now we successfully start the sewing. Next, keep sewing with the double needle sewing method. Sew this material separately. This is for decorative purposes, enhancing the overall appearance of the finished bag. Don't skip any holes. Be careful not to catch the thread. After each stitch, tighten the thread while maintaining a consistent stitching direction. Make sure to pull the thread vertically to avoid damaging the leather material. After sewing, secure the thread. Begin by sewing one additional stitch backward to reinforce. Then, pull the thread to the back. Leave a 3mm thread tail, cut it, and use a lighter to burn the end to secure the thread. Slow down to avoid blackening the thread end or burning the leather. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Find these two small materials. Only sew through these holes. Don't sew through this row of holes for now. Measure the thread to be 5 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start by threading as before, then use the double needle method to sew this material separately as usual. After each stitch, tighten the thread while maintaining a consistent stitching direction. Be careful not to catch the thread. Don't skip any holes. Make sure to pull the thread vertically to avoid damaging the leather material. Pay attention to these points every time you sew. No more hints later. After sewing up to this point, secure the thread using the same method, being careful not to burn the leather. Don't sew through this row of holes for now. After sewing up to this point, secure the thread using the same method. Use a lighter to burn the end to secure the thread. Slow down to avoid blackening the thread end or burning the leather. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Locate the two bag body pieces, with one side having 4 large holes, which serve as the bag openings. One side of the pieces with 2 large holes is the bottom of the bag. Position the bag body pieces with the bag openings facing upwards. Take this small material and align the inner sides of the two leather pieces, matching the marked holes. Locate the 2 marked holes on the bag body pieces. These marked holes are much larger than the others. The marked holes are more prominent when viewed from the back. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Begin sewing from the first hole using the double needle method, and continue sewing individually until reaching the first marked hole. When sewing the marked hole, include the small material and sew it together, ensuring that the orientation of the two materials is correct. Then sew the remaining holes normally, and finally secure the thread into the back. This is the other pair of materials. Sew them up using the same method. Take a look at the result after both sides have been sewn. Measure the thread to be 7 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. With the handle material facing upwards, start sewing from any end using the double needle method, sewing through all the holes in a complete circle. Finally, secure the thread into the back. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Then, locate the two side piece, two small materials, and the 2 D-ring hardware pieces. Take the small material and the D-ring hardware, and assemble them like this. Ensure that the small material is attached internally, and the semi-circular part of the hardware is exposed on the outside. Align the holes. Measure the thread to be 3 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start sewing from any hole, then thread through the corresponding holes in sequence. Then keep sewing with the double needle sewing method. After sewing, secure the thread at the back. If the needle is stuck, wiggle it in the middle of the material before pulling to avoid breaking it. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Align the two bag body pieces like this, matching the holes, with both materials facing up and the bag openings facing outward. Measure the thread to be 8 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. The next step is to cross-sew, focusing on these 2 rows of holes. Start by threading the first needle from the bottom through the first hole on the left side. The second needle is threaded from the bottom through the first hole on the right side. Pull both threads to ensure they remain the same length. Then take the needle from the left side and thread it through the second hole on the right side. Then take the needle from the right side and thread it through the second hole on the left side. This will create a set of crossed stitches. Then, the bottom needles are individually threaded through the corresponding parallel holes on the opposite side, creating straight stitches. Then, tighten the threads. The initial sewing part is now completed. I use the cross-sew method here. Keep sewing in this way. After sewing through this row of holes, secure the thread into the back. Take a look at the result after sewing. Turn the back of the bag body piece facing up. Then, take the bottom pad material and place it with the leather side facing up. First, check the hole alignment. You'll notice that the bottom pad material has one less hole on each side compared to the body piece. That means the first and last stitches need to be sewn individually on the bag body piece. Start sewing from any row of holes. Let the first needle goes from the front to the back, threading through the bag body piece individually. Let the second needle go from the front to the back, threading through the bag body piece first. Then, use the same needle to thread through the first hole of the bottom pad material. Then, sew forward through the rest of the holes in the row as usual. Finally, secure the thread into the inside of the bag body piece. Take the remaining thread from last time and secure the other end like this. It will make sewing easier. Once you reach the location where the thread is secured, cut off the securing thread, and then continue sewing as usual. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Have the body piece facing up. Take the side piece and place it with the back facing up. The two materials are placed facing each other, aligning with the first hole. Now it's time to sew through the remaining holes on the side piece. Measure the thread to be 4 times the length of the sewn part, then thread the needles. Start by threading the first needle through the first hole of both materials. Pull both threads to ensure they remain the same length. Then take one of the needles and wrap the thread around it once like this. Then, use the double needle sewing method to sew normally until reaching the corner. When reaching the corner, align the holes of the materials first. Then, secure them with a clip. When sewing the corner, you can thread through one layer of material at a time. This way is more convenient. This part might be a bit tricky to sew, so be careful not to poke yourself. Let's all be patient and enjoy the pleasure of sewing. From here, continue sewing forward as usual. There's no need to sew the gap, and there are no holes to skip. Afterwards, sew through the remaining holes as usual. After sew up, wind the thread once just like the beginning, then secure the thread at the back. Take a look at the result after sewing. Use the same method to sew the other one. Take a look at the result after both sides have been sewn. Then, flip the bag over like this, making sure to fold the two corners first. Then, flip over the two corners at the bottom. Next, use your fist or finger pad area to push out all four corners, being careful not to use your nails, as they could damage the leather. Flipping the bag should be done in one go without stopping midway. Then, tidy up the shape of the bag. Everyone should spend a little more time here to ensure it's well arranged. I'll demonstrate the process here briefly. Take the handle material, with the front facing outward, and place it inside the bag. Take the solid rivet and tighten one end first. Then, take the other rivet. Arrange them like this, ensuring that the handle material's front side faces outward. Then, tighten the other rivet, being careful not to misalign the screw. Please align the screws properly before tightening. Check the result after installation. Proceed to install the other three using the same method. Then, take the bottom studs and a screwdriver. Insert the screws from the inside out, place the bottom studs on the outside, and then tighten the 4 screws. If you've enjoyed our video, don't forget to like, comment, and share. For more information about this DIY leather kit, check out the link in the bio. Thanks for watching. The bag is finished. Appreciate your choice of Babylon leather. Thank you for choosing us. Wishing you the acquisition of valuable skills during your time here.